Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because it's Christmas! It's not, it's November. To me that means it's Christmas. Today is going to be a little bit of a compilation of the next couple of weeks for me of just getting ready for Christmas, putting the Christmas decorations up, buying more Christmas decorations. I've got a little tree in my office that I'm going to put up. Obviously we're going to do the big tree downstairs, and I want my house this year to be a winter wonderland. When we lived in the old house, it was quite a bit smaller than this one, and I mainly just decorated the living room, to be honest. I put like a couple of bits around the rest of the house, but really I just decorated the living room. I want to decorate every room this year, and I want to buy Christmas decorations that I'm going to keep for years and years to come, like forever, that I'm going to use every year, like in each room. So we need to buy some more Christmas decorations because I definitely don't have enough for this house, but that's what this video is all about. I think the plan tomorrow is going to be to put up the tree, get out what I've got, put away the autumn decorations, just see where the land lies, and then over the next couple of weeks we can go to some garden centres, B&M, things like that, and pick up whatever we need to decorate the rest of the house. I'm so excited. Please excuse my boyfriend's pool cues. They're in the corner of this room. I am squatted on the floor in the dining room currently because this is where I have some Christmas stuff. I went to the range last weekend. It was very overwhelming. I didn't film anything. I hadn't started this vlog yet. I'm going to try and go back when it's maybe not as busy, not like the middle of the day on a weekend. But I just wanted to show you the few bits that I got. There's also a couple of bits that I got from B&M several weeks ago now. The first thing, this is from the range, and it's a pig. This isn't actually for me, this is from my granddad. Nana passed away quite a while ago now, unfortunately, but she adored pigs, and she had so many little pig figurines, and my granddad still has them in his house. So I thought this would be a really, I was going to say nice. Is this nice? I'm not sure. But I thought this would be cute, and I thought he'd appreciate having a little Christmas pig to remind him of my Nana. So I picked up that for him. I then wanted to get some tea towels. I don't have any Christmas tea towels. I don't know why I didn't have any in the house that we lived in before this. No idea. But I've had autumn towels as well for the first time this year. I've never had them and I've just loved it. It's just something so simple because I don't massively decorate the kitchen for the seasons. It's like something so easy and simple, but it just brings me joy every time I use like my little pumpkin towel. So I got 2 packs of Christmas ones. Again, these are from the range. The first one is a pack of 3. First one says Merry and Bright. Let me flip. The second one is this like tartan print. I thought this could be nice to start using now when it's not like full Christmas, but we're just getting into the Christmas spirit. And then there's another one with like mistletoe on, which is that mistletoe, berries, holly. I don't know what plant it is, guys. A Christmas plant that's got berries on it. And again, I thought we could start using this one kind of soon. So I got those. And then I also got this pack of 2. The first one has Christmas trees and the other one is just red. So again, we can use that anytime as well. Also from the range, I got a couple of packs of like rustic-y Christmas tree decorations. I got these little reindeers, which kind of look handmade. I thought they were really cute. And then I got these like older style nutcracker ones. Christmas tree decor, I have always done red, green, and copper as like the main 3 colours. But I put a bit of everything. There's a bit of white on there, a bit of silver, a bit of gold. Whack a bit of everything on. It's not like a colourful tree. I do like white lights, but it's very classic Christmas. I've always loved classic Christmas. Beige Christmas looks nice in other people's homes, but I grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s, and we used to have like the tackiest Christmas decorations, like them things hanging from the ceiling. We used to have it all. So I just love like tacky older style Christmas, so I've always done that in my home and will continue to do so. So I thought they'd fit the theme really nicely with the red and the green. When I say theme, I'm also not that bothered about a theme. Like I just like those colours, but as I said, I also put like gold and silver, which don't match on paper, but I put them on the tree anyway. I just go by vibes instead of having like a really strict theme. Something I also wanted to try this year was bows. People have been using bows for years and I've never been sure on them. But again, I feel like if you do bows right, they can be very classic. And these are like red velvet. So I thought that's giving like, I hope it doesn't give like tacky. I hope it gives tacky, but in a good way. So I'm gonna just give these a go. I just got small ones. So I thought I could dot these around the tree and just see what they look like. And then if I like them, I can go and pick up some more. These were from B&M, not the range, and they were £3, which I didn't think was bad, just to give them a go. Also from the range, my boyfriend loves blue. And he looked at these and was like, oh, I really like them. And I didn't have the heart to tell him that we don't have blue on our Christmas tree. As I said, I'm not that strict on the theme. I just like a classic tacky Christmas. So we're going to chuck some blue on this year. So the plan is I'm going to put these on the big Christmas tree. If they just look out of place, I think they honestly might look fine because they're like a midnight blue. I think they'll fit because the greens and the reds that I use are very dark as well. So I think they'll fit. If not, I'll just get a little tree for the dining room and we can go back and get more blue and do like a little blue tree. I'm happy to have several trees around the house. So yeah, I got these again from the range. I think these were £1.50 each. Oh yeah, £1.59 each. I got 2 of these and then this one, and I think they are so nice for that cheap. And then last thing I picked up from the range was this. I actually got 2 of these. I got a Highland Cow one, but this is the Christmas themed one that I got. And these were like £4.99 each, I think, so cheap. And it's just a paint by numbers. You can see on the back there. And I just thought this was so cute, and it comes with like a wall hanging thing. So if I actually do a good job and this looks semi-okay, I can hang it up somewhere and maybe like pretend that a child did it because I don't have children. So yeah, I thought this was so cute, and I think it'll just be a nice kind of calm Christmas activity to do. And then the last couple of things I got a tree, as I mentioned, from my office from B&M. That's already upstairs, so I'll do a little overlay clip of that. But I also picked up this, which I am obsessed with. It's a train, again, going with the red and green theme that I love. I just think this is adorable. It is £12, which at first I thought that's a bit spenny for a B&M Christmas train, but it's honestly quite heavy. It feels like it's quite good quality, and I just love the little bear. I think I'm gonna maybe pop this on like a windowsill, perhaps. And I have one little, you know, like the buildings where people do like Christmas villages. I have a little bookshop. I might get a couple more of those and maybe put this on a windowsill with like a couple of Christmas buildings around it, maybe in like one of the bay windows or something. I don't know, but I just thought that was so cute. So that's everything I've bought so far, not massive amounts of stuff. I already have quite a lot. When we moved into our first house, I bought quite a lot of Christmas stuff. My dad actually changed his colour theme a couple of years ago and gave me all of his old baubles and stuff as well. So I have a lot of Christmas stuff, so I don't want to go overboard until we've got everything out, as I said before, and see what we've got. And then when I decide ultimately that I don't have enough, we can go shopping. The day has arrived. It is now the next day since I spoke to you. And this morning I've put the tree up and got the lights on. I didn't film that bit because it's just the boring bit. I'm really bad at putting tree lights on. I'm also really bad at fluffing a tree. So it took me ages just to do this bit. It's literally now mid-afternoon and I started doing this about 10 AM. So I just thought, no one needs to see that. What people want to see is the actual exciting bit, which is the decorating, which is what I am about to begin. So I've got all my boxes behind me. There's quite a few. There's some stacks under here. And I think what I'm going to do first is just open the boxes and see what I've got. I have like a vague memory, but there's always things that surprise me. So I think I'm going to set things like into piles for now. Do a pile of stuff that's not going to go in this room, and then maybe just pop that back in a separate box for now, because I don't think I'm going to get to do all the house today. You'll see it all in this video, so it doesn't matter to you. But I don't think I'm going to get it all done today. I'm going to focus on the tree. And then I think I'm going to open the bauble boxes and again, just take stock of what I've got. And then I just start chucking stuff on the tree, really. I'm going to start with the bigger baubles. I always do. Start with the baubles that like I only have one of, special baubles, big baubles that I definitely want on the tree. And then I go back in and fill the gaps basically with all of the like basic plain baubles. So that's the plan. I'm going to start getting baubles out. I'm not saying I'm a fan of James Corden, but what I am saying is that I am a very big fan of the Gavin and Stacey whole franchise, the lot, but particularly recently of the 2018 Christmas special, which is exactly what I'm going to watch whilst I put up my Christmas tree. I've just gone round and put like, I put these little copper sticks in, I do these little white branches, and then these are harder to see, but like little hollies. I don't have massive amounts of them, I don't kind of fill the tree with them, but yeah, I've just gone round and popped those in first. Also, please ignore the lights. I am so bad at doing Christmas tree lights. It's actually hysterical. You won't see all these wires that are an absolute mess. Once all the baubles are on, I cover them all up. Pro tip, by the way, so that you don't have to buy paper or like waste anything, especially to wrap baubles in. I save any like tissue paper from like Christmas presents and use them to wrap my baubles up. So these are like what you get in a Soap and Glory gift set. They are perfect for putting a couple of baubles inside and then like wrapping them around, and it just keeps them a bit more protected in the boxes. I do have some bubble wrap, but for the most part I just use paper that come with my Christmas presents. Hello everyone, it is now Monday morning and I went to B&M yesterday. I didn't film anything because I was in a rush. This was supposed to be just nipping in for some bows. However, me being me did not just nip in for some bows. I spent 60 quid. So I apologise that I didn't film whilst I was in there. I didn't expect to actually be in there very long, nor did I expect to buy all this stuff. But it was stuff that I've been wanting and needing, and I thought, well, I'm here, so I might as well buy it. So, oh, and also sorry about the background. All the boxes, the hoover's here because I need to hoover up the fake snow. All the boxes are still here because I haven't finished decorating the tree yet. What I need to do with the tree is, like, I do this every year, is that I just let myself sit with it for a bit, like for a few days, and then we refine. So later today after work, I'm going to refine. I bought some more baubles that you'll see in a sec to kind of fill in some of the gaps. I've got a lot of like plain filler baubles left, but I just needed a few more bigger, more statement ones to fill in some of the gaps that I've still got. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I got from B&M yesterday. The first thing I got, how cute is this? It's Santa and Mrs. Claus, like, doing a little... I just thought that was cute. I think I'm going to pop it on the windowsill in here. I don't know, guys. Also, I think I mentioned that I wanted a new tree skirt. Ours is grey, and it just doesn't fit the vibe. I wanted, like, a nice cream, like, snowy, fluffy one. Ours is like really thin. It was cheap. I think I literally got it from the pound shop a few years ago. There's nothing wrong with it necessarily, and I try not to replace decor if there's nothing wrong with it, but even when I bought it I didn't love it. I just got it because it was the only one they had when I was doing an order and I was skint. So I've treated us to a nice new skirt this year. This was obviously from B&M and it was £10, and I like that it's not quite white. There's a rug in front of the Christmas tree that is cream. And originally I was looking at the white tree skirts, but I thought that's just going to look weird against the rug because the rug is going to stay right in front of the Christmas tree. So this colour pretty much matches the rug. So I hope it'll look a bit more blended, because at the minute the grey one just looks odd again against the rug. I also really wanted, again, I think I mentioned this when I got the little tree decorations, I wanted more nutcrackers around the house. I think these are just so classic and such an easy way to bring, like, I don't know, just a more classic vibe to your Christmas decor. So again, I think this is going to go on the windowsill. And his mouth moves. I think this was, how much was this? £5, which I didn't think was too bad. I think it's pretty cute. And I also got, I'm going to try and make these not too loud. I got 2 of these hanging bells. And I thought these would look nice on the ends of the curtain rail because we've got like quite a big window. And it just looks odd at the minute because there's nothing over like that part of the room, and then over here it's like a Christmas explosion. So I thought these could look cute on the curtain rail just to jazz up that area a little bit. I don't know. How much were these? I don't think these were expensive. Yeah, these were only £3 each, which I didn't think was bad. And again, when I went to the range I was looking at some of the bells there, and I was kind of wanting some bells, so I think they're a nice cheap way to do it, but also they look nice, and I'm hoping we can kind of keep them year on year. I also did get the bows that I went in for, so I decided I really liked the bows once I put them on the tree, but I just didn't have quite enough. I don't want it to be covered in bows. I don't think I'm going to use this whole pack that I've bought, but I just needed a few more on the tree just so it looks balanced, because at the minute there's some quite big areas that just don't have bows and it looks a bit odd. So I got another pack of red bows. Again, these were only £3, and I thought even if I only use like 3 of these on the tree, I can use the other 3 elsewhere, like put them on garlands or door handles or whatever. I will end up using them. And then I didn't see these when I got the first pack of bows a few weeks ago, but they also had them in green. And again, I thought maybe we could pop a couple of these on the tree, and then again I'll use the rest of them elsewhere on garlands and things. One non-Christmassy thing, I need scent boosters. Anyway, back to Christmas. As I mentioned, I also needed some more baubles. Not massive baubles, but like big earth statement-ish baubles. So I got these ones first of all, these green ones. I needed more green. As I said, my theme is kind of red, green, gold, copper, that kind of vibe. But I don't have many green baubles. I bought more last year and I still didn't buy enough. So I got these ones. There's a little bit of gold obviously in here, and then the nice green ones. These are exactly what I wanted. Not like one-off huge statement baubles, but I needed some like that weren't, when I say filler baubles, I mean like this kind of thing. Do you see how that's like smaller and just plain? I needed some more like medium-sized, slightly more decorated baubles to fill in some of the gaps. So I got that pack. And then I think these ones are so cute. These ones are a bit smaller, but I just really like the colour and pattern. And again, these look very, very classic to me. So I wanted, again, I do like the more glitzy kind of ones, but I wanted to make sure I was still balancing that out with the more classic vibe. So that is, oh wait, no, that's not everything I got. I got one more thing. I've been wanting to get this for weeks and I've not been able to find it. Winter Spice the Flora, the best scent. I've had the disinfectant spray now for like 2 months. I think I bought that in August. I think I found it. And I've been using it ever since, but I really wanted the concentrate as well so that I can use it, you know, not just as the disinfectant spray. I like to do more kind of deep cleans with this or using it in the sinks and stuff. So I finally got my Winter Spice. So that is everything that I got yesterday from B&M when I only went in for some bows that were £3 and I spent 60 quid. But I'm happy with everything I got. No regrets. Everything that I've got is things that I've had my eye on and needed, and again, plan to keep. So I am happy with my little haul that I got from B&M. So I'm going to start work now, and I think on my lunch break and then after work, if I don't get it all done on my lunch break, I want to try and get the tree as finished as possible. I will continue to tweak it, probably until I take it down in January, but as done as possible would be great today, so then I can tidy up all of this, because I can't really put obviously all the baubles and stuff away until the tree's done, because I don't want to keep crawling in the cupboard to get the baubles out. So hopefully we can get this to a place today where we can tidy all of this stuff up and then actually make this area nice and Christmassy, because at the minute it's just a nice Christmas tree in the middle of big piles of mess. I'm just editing this video and thought I'd pop in because there is a severe lack of context. So a Christmassy thing that we did is we went on a day out to Chatsworth. If you don't know what Chatsworth is, it's like this big, like, I don't know what to call it, like manor house, stately home kind of thing, but like I don't think it is a stately home. It's just a massive house with loads of gardens. It has like animals and a farmyard area, loads of gorgeous walks that you can do. And in the gardens around Christmas time, you do a light trail where you can go when it's dark and it's all lit up and it's stunning. And we also went this year while the Christmas markets were on. I don't have any video clips because it was heaving, but I did take a lot of pictures. So as I'm talking, I will flash up some pictures so you can kind of see the vibe. I also, while we were there, got engaged. I know you've already seen this in a previous video just because of the order in which my uploads have gone up, but my engagement actually happened in the timeline of filming this specific vlog. So while we were at Chatsworth, I'm not going to put like a video in or anything of the engagement. I kind of want to keep that more like private, even though we were in a room full of people. But I mean, I don't think I want to stick it on the internet without my fiance's permission. Anyway, we went in the house because we got tickets for the house and garden, and we stood in front of this big tree and asked someone to take our photo, and then my then boyfriend, now fiance, proposed while the photos were being taken. So we've got pictures, and then the absolute gorgeous girl who was taking the pictures had such a big brain. As soon as she realised what was happening, she switched it to video. So we do actually have the proposal on video, which is so cute. It was stunning. I would definitely recommend just prepare for it to be busy. We also went when it was raining, and it honestly didn't dampen the experience. I don't know if it's because I got engaged. This year, because this is the second time we've been, sorry, the angle's changed, my arm got tired. This is the second time we've been. So the first time we went in the day, and we did the gardens first in the daytime. I would recommend doing that if you've never been before. They are stunning. Last time we went a couple of years ago, it was sunny as well and not raining. So we got so lucky. We did a big walk around the gardens. They are absolutely beautiful. You don't even just need to go at Christmas. Like if you're not that bothered about Christmas decorations, just go at a different time of year. It is gorgeous. You can easily spend the day there. There's like cafes, restaurants, not cheap though. I paid £6.95 for a vegan sausage roll. Just bear that in mind. Anyway. So yeah, last time we went and did the gardens in the light, then did the house, and then went back into the gardens again for the light trail. This time, especially because of the weather, we didn't go whilst it was light, because we thought we've done the gardens in the daytime before. The weather's not great. So we just went for like the later afternoon this time. We still got there, I think, at like 3-ish. Spent the afternoon and the evening there. So we went around the Christmas markets. They were heaving. They had some quite nice stuff. I bought a scarf, a lot of food options in the Christmas markets. But yeah, very, very busy. What was very cool, and again, I couldn't get any footage of this because we were packed in like actual cattle. And instead of having people walk, they had tractors to take us up and down with like, I don't know how to describe it, like trailers on the back with benches in. That was very fun. So yeah, we did that. We parked up, went over on the tractor, went around the Christmas markets, and then we went into the house. We went into the house at about 4:15, so that when we came out of the house, it would be dark, ready for the light trail. So we did. We went in the house, walked around. It was stunning. Went to the gift shop and bought a few little bits because by this point we were engaged. So we wanted to get like a few commemorative bits. We got a bauble for the tree. I got a copy of Emma by Jane Austen because Pride and Prejudice, I believe, was filmed, or part of the film was filmed at Chatsworth House. So they have quite a lot of Jane Austen stuff in the gift shop. So I got a beautiful copy of Emma. And then we went into the light trail and yeah, it was gorgeous. Even though it was raining, it was still a lovely day. So yeah, that's another Christmassy thing that we did that I just didn't have any footage of, but I thought I would pop in and explain. The next Christmassy thing on the list, now that the house is almost kind of decorated, I do have a few updates which I will show you at some point before the end of this video. But the next thing on the list is to start reading Christmas books. I read one in October because I had an odd number of hours left on BookBeat. So I listened to Lauren Ash's novella, My December Darling, I believe it's called, because I didn't have enough hours left to listen to a full book. So I listened to that in October. But we're now going to get properly started, and the first Christmas book we're going to read in this video is Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I've read a few B.K. Borison books before, nothing massively recent. I've read Love Like Farms and a couple of other books from that series, but this one appeals to me because it's based on A Christmas Carol. I believe one of the characters is the ghost of Christmas past. Could have got that wrong, but I love A Christmas Carol. It's the only Charles Dickens work that I've read that I actually liked, but I love A Christmas Carol. I used to teach it when I was a teacher, and I just love it. It's so Christmassy to me, obviously, because it's A Christmas Carol, but I don't know. The vibes of the films and the book are just perfect. So I am so excited that this is kind of loosely based on that, or like inspired by it. I'm gonna start listening to it. It's on KU, so I'm gonna switch between the audio and reading it on KU, but I need to like deep clean my entire house today. So I'm probably gonna listen to quite a lot of it. So I will pop in when I'm like a bit in or like halfway in, whenever I've got something to say, and let you know how I am getting on with Good Spirits. Hello everyone, I am now 58% through Good Spirits, and I'm so conflicted. Last night I was literally gonna DNF. This morning I've woken up with a clearer mind, and I'm not at this point gonna DNF. I'm listening to some on audio, but last night I read a bit on Kindle and I think that helped. I think it's one of those books that I just needed to sit and cozy down with and just read with my eyes for a little bit. It's not that, like, the audiobook isn't bad. I actually really like the audiobook. It's dual narration. The MMC, I'll get into the premise a bit more now that I know more about the book in a sec, but the MMC is Irish and the narrator for the MMC is Irish. The audiobook's good, like there's nothing wrong with it. I'm finding myself like really paying attention to it. It's engaging. So it's not that there's anything wrong with the audio. I think I just needed, I don't know. I think it's just one of those books that benefits from reading at least part of it physically to really kind of, because it's such a cozy book. I think actually being cozy, like cuddled on the sofa reading a bit helped. But the reason I'm conflicted is because I hate the romance, and I think the rest of the plot is a bit bland. So to give you, I know I gave you a very brief synopsis before. The MMC is a ghost of Christmas past. So in this world, when people die, but I don't know if it's everyone, I don't understand, it's not been explained how this works either. But at least some people, when they die, become ghosts of Christmas past, present or future. This MMC is the ghost of Christmas past, but there's multiple of them. There's not just one ghost of Christmas past. Anyway, he's a ghost of Christmas past, and he is assigned Harriet, who is our FMC. And basically his job as the ghost of Christmas past is that he usually gets assigned to like quite bad people, not necessarily like, you know, mass murderers or anything like that, but people that are very morally questionable, and his job is to take them back through their memories like in A Christmas Carol and help them see the error of their ways. And then once he's done that, they get passed off to the next ghost for the next phase. I assume, because this is a series, I assume the next book is probably going to be about a ghost of Christmas present. But anyway, so they start revisiting Harriet's past memories, and everyone's a bit confused because she's not evil, she's not a bad person, she's done a couple of things she regrets, but like nothing more than the average human would have done. So they're very confused, and I don't want to say too much more than that. I've not got to like why this is happening yet either, so I couldn't even spoil this if I tried, which obviously I'm not going to try to, that'd be odd. But yeah, that's essentially where I am now, is that they're realising that this is a bit weird, like, why has he got this assignment? There's nothing really she needs to, like, atone for. So everyone's a bit confused. Whilst this is happening, supposedly a romance is developing, except I'm not seeing that on page. All I've seen, they interact a lot, they're together the whole time, which is nice, but they have a reason to be, like, because of this assignment. So it's nice that they're spending a lot of time together. We're seeing loads of interactions between them, that's great. However, to me, the interactions don't feel romantic. They don't feel swoony. I don't feel like they're really getting to know each other. Like, yes, they're visiting things from Harriet's past and gaining an understanding of, like, her childhood and a relationship with her parents and things like that. But I don't think that warrants, like, having feelings for someone, just knowing things about them. In either of their point of views, I'm just not understanding what it is they actually like about each other. They've said at this point that they have feelings for each other. I don't think they've admitted it to each other. It's just in their own heads. They're saying they have feelings for each other. And I don't, why? Like, where's this come from? What is it that you like about each other? He likes her hair. But other than that, I'm not seeing it. And also, I feel like the whole Ghost of Christmas Past thing isn't being fleshed out either. What I love about A Christmas Carol, and I know this isn't supposed to be the same as A Christmas Carol, but that to me feels really atmospheric and, like, haunting and hopeful at the same time. And I'm not getting any kind of atmosphere in this book. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me, because this book has an average rating of, like, 4 point, like, quite high on Goodreads. And I'm starting to think maybe it's just me, but I'm just not picking up much of anything from this book. It all just feels a bit surface level. And I am only 58% through, so I'm really hoping that in the last 40%, we're going to dig a bit deeper into the whole being a ghost thing. Like, he's touched on it briefly and talks about, like, you know, the difficulties of being a ghost for a long time. But I just feel like we've not fully unpacked it. I'm not really feeling any emotion, positive or negative, very much in this book. There's been very few scenes where I feel like anything, to be honest. So that's where I stand right now with Good Spirits. I'll pop back in now when I've finished and let you know what my final thoughts are. I don't want a DNF. I do really want to try and finish this. It's not a bad book by any means. It just feels a bit surface level. So I'm really hoping, as I said, that we're going to dive a bit more into the details in this final 42%. And then I think after this, we're going to read Hannah Grace's Christmas book, which I'm so excited about. I love Hannah Grace, but I didn't love Daydream. So I am intrigued to see what her newest release is going to be like. But anyway, I'll get back to you when I've finished Good Spirits and we will see what my final thoughts are. I finished Good Spirits this morning and it was okay. I think objectively, I said this in my Goodreads review, objectively I think it's a good book. I do. I think B.K. Borison knows how to write a book. I'm just not sure she's the writer for me. All of the books that I've read, I've come out of them thinking, that was fine, but I don't feel anything. Her writing doesn't captivate me. I just don't feel anything throughout most of her books. There's like tiny pockets in her books where I'm like, yeah, that's the feeling I'm looking for. But then it fades away. And it just doesn't feel consistent to me. I think I'm definitely the outlier. This book has such a high average rating. And it was good. I gave it like a 3.5. It was fun, kind of. I wasn't necessarily bored at any point. It just didn't feel as atmospheric or as romantic as I thought it might. At the very end, it did. At the very end, I thought she did it right with the emotion and how everything came together. I loved the ending. But I just wish we got a bit more, like, we talk a lot throughout the book about the MMC being a ghost, the Ghost of Christmas Past. We talk about it, but I don't think we see it enough. Like, yeah, he says that it's hard, but I don't feel that from him. I don't feel the emotion that comes with it. It's just him telling me what it's like. And I just wish there was a bit more atmosphere around it. I don't mean like spooky or scary at all. I think the tone of the book was great. I just wish it felt a bit more atmospheric and just, I don't know, a bit more descriptive about what it was actually like for him to be a ghost, past the point of like, oh, it's hard. I felt similarly about the romance. I feel like it was a lot of telling me that you had feelings for each other, but I don't see it. I don't feel it. Again, at the very end, I did. But for a book this long, I feel like I should have felt it. I should feel the chemistry between them and not have to rely on just being told like, oh my God, we have feelings for each other. Like, where? Where are they? I can't see them. All that to say, it wasn't a bad book. It really wasn't. I would recommend it. If you like A Christmas Carol, if you're intrigued by the whole Ghost of Christmas Past thing, I'd give it a go. It was an easy, quick read. I swapped between reading it physically on Kindle and listening to it. It was on BookBeat. And I had a good time. It just didn't wow me, unfortunately. As I mentioned earlier, the next book that we're going to read for this video is Hannah Grace's new Christmas book, which I believe is called Holiday Ever After, but I could well be wrong. I'll put the cover here anyway. I'm not started yet, so I have nothing to say, nor do I have literally any idea what it's about, so I'll pop back in when I've started reading it and can tell you a little bit about what it's about and my initial thoughts. I am on page 45 of our next book for this video, our next little Christmas read, and I'm so bored. Oh, from page 1, literally right from page 1, this book has not been for me, which I can't believe how boring this is. So it's Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace. I love Icebreaker. Really enjoyed Wildfire. I gave it like 4.5 stars. Didn't love Daydream quite as much. That one wasn't as much for me as the first two in the series were, but I love Hannah Grace's writing. I love, I don't know, just her humour and her characters and everything. That's until I started reading this. So I'm reading it on my Kindle because it is on KU. And I'm just so bored. I feel I'm really confused. Okay, so the premise of this book, our FMC works for her father's company, which is like a big million, potentially $1 billion toy company. Very big, corporate in New York. And they have stolen a doll design from this small town where loads of different local businesses in the small town make the doll or like somehow contribute to the doll. And Clara, our FMC, has been sent to the small town to try and basically patch things up with them because someone from the small town has posted a video that has gone incredibly viral, slamming the company, obviously, for stealing the doll design. So yeah, Clara has been sent there to try and see what can be done to fix this situation. And on her first night there, she meets Jack, who is our MMC. They spend, I wouldn't say they spend the night together, I don't mean it that way. Nothing happens between them. They're both in the same local pub and they end up sitting together, chatting, having some drinks, playing pool, all of that. However, we don't actually see them interact very much because the way that it's written is just one big paragraph saying, oh yeah, we spoke about this and this. We don't actually really see very much dialogue between them. We see a little bit like when they first meet, their first conversation. But if they're spending hours together speaking about like everything and getting to know one another, surely that's the bit we should be seeing, and maybe that shouldn't all happen in one night. I would want to see those conversations play out and actually see that dialogue to see how the relationship or friendship at this point or whatever it is building between them. We're just kind of being told that they sat and spoke for ages and they did this and they did that. No, I actually want to see that on the page. So now I feel like I'm bored because I'm not actually seeing anything. And also just generally the writing feels really stilted. So I'm just going to read out this bit that I've just gotten to. I honestly nearly fell asleep. Can you hear in my voice that I'm drowsy? I nearly fell asleep reading this paragraph. The panelled walls are painted a dusky blue. Full stop. Late fall sunlight spills in through the frosty windows. Full stop. The air smells like espresso and powdered sugar. Full stop. French instrumental music floats from a speaker somewhere in the back. Full stop. A young waiter is delivering a plate of croissants to a nearby table with the delicacy of a museum curator. Full stop. I understand, you know, the writing technique of using short sentences in different parts of books for different purposes, and sometimes that can work okay to just like bish bash bosh describe something. That was so boring. So boring. I am going to keep reading for a small amount of time. I won't be surprised if I soft DNF this and maybe pick it back up like on Christmas Day when I am in a very Christmas mood today, but I don't know, maybe I need to read this like right at Christmas to really make me feel a bit more in it, because right now I just don't want to read this. But I'm going to keep going for a bit and we will see if I actually end up continuing. Can you tell like how bored I am just from my voice? I feel like reading this book is actually sucking the life out of me. That's so dramatic, but true. I also forgot to say another thing that's annoying me about this book is that I think Hannah Grace is trying too hard to be relevant. It sounds like she's scrolling through her TikTok feed and any topic that she has seen be mentioned, she's put it in this book. So right at the beginning, we talk a lot about AI, and the FMC goes on like an internal monologue for quite a while about how she hates AI. Fair enough, babe. So do I get it. But is a like Hallmark-esque Christmas book on like page 3 really the place for that kind of nuanced conversation? Like, again, just want to reiterate, fully agree, don't like AI. We should be using real artists, and I absolutely get it. But it was just like plonked at the beginning of this book, hasn't been mentioned again. Then they talk about how someone in this small town thinks the moon landing was fake. And what else have they spoken about? They keep mentioning just like For You page, things going viral. Again, the FMC went on a bit of an internal tirade about virality. And what have they just brought up now? Oh, the pastor in the town, not pastor as in food, pastor as in church, has just started speaking about Etsy witches. And I just think, I just don't like references like this because they really date books. Like, if you read this in 10 years, it will read so 2025 because of all these weird little references that Hannah Grace is putting in. And like, they don't feel seamless. Again, like, if you want to write a book that is criticizing the use of AI and or criticizing the, you know, concept of virality on social media and the effects that can have, write a proper book about that then. Like, it could be a fiction book, but I think it would fit better in a general fiction book or even a science fiction. Like, I just don't think a Hallmarky Christmas book is really the space to be dropping in these random things and then not actually unpacking them with any kind of nuance. Like, I don't know, it just feels like she's name dropping things that she's heard on TikTok, and I don't really care for that. But I'm going to carry on for a little bit. I am honestly going to fall asleep. I'm going to have a nap soon and see if I'm in a better mood when I've woken up. I indeed was not in a better mood when I woke up. It's a different day now. And I have decided to soft DNF, not hard DNF. I think this book has got potential. I really like the general idea of the whole like toy shop thing. I like that it's based on that. I think that could be a very cool, like classic Christmas book, but we need to stop with the references. So I'm going to put this down for now, read a few other books for some other videos, get this video up because it is high time that I got this video up. And yeah, I will finish this in another video. I'm going to vlog across the whole Christmas season, so you will see me read this book in another video. That being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please do give it a thumbs up down below if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!